Well, you probably clicked on this video because you probably had disliked somebody in the past or now, and that is absolutely okay. But let's talk about it because that's a very dangerous game to play if you're not careful with it. Before we begin, this is Sarah and I'm a dancer, I'm a personal trainer in LA, and once in a while on my YouTube channel I give motivational advices from a previous experiences that I had in life myself. Years ago, I was in this burlesque show where we were more than I think 15 girls performing, and there was this girl that I absolutely disliked. I'm not gonna use the word hate. Hate is very strong, but there are sometimes some people where you don't click with, or there's things that they do, the choices that they make that you're like, I would have done that differently. You know what I mean? To hate on somebody is a very dangerous game to play, which is why I never ever hate on anybody, because this girl absolutely ended up saving my life. And when I tell you saving my life, it is not over exaggerated. It would have been horrible if this girl did not help me before our performance started. Right before the show, it was the big day. It was the big show day, and mind you, my parents and my ex-boyfriend are in the audience waiting for me to shine on stage. And we were in that moment wearing bras and basically like underwear, but it was very nice, sexy burlesque dance. It wasn't like a stripper type or anything. It wasn't anything bad. So my parents were there to support me because it was a big performance, it was a big show, and I am literally like facing this way to go on stage. We're waiting for our music, we're waiting for our call, and this girl that I absolutely disliked comes to me and says, "Oh my god, Sarah, your bra strap is not like strapped all the way." When I tell you, this girl literally helped me strap in the back of the bra so nicely, and she made sure that my obviously trust is not gonna show on stage. Just imagine in front of my parents, especially my dad and my ex-boyfriend who were sitting right next to each other, if something happened. Yeah, no, I don't even want to imagine that. Let's just put it aside. From that day on, my mindset really changed from hating somebody or disliking somebody to absolutely always being mindful and being nice to everybody. I wasn't mean to her or anything, but sometimes in your mind you could be very negative. Especially in the girls population, we don't let it show, but sometimes we could also feel if somebody doesn't like us for whatever reason it is. So I never let that ever happen again towards anybody else. But that's not the only story that I have for you guys. I had a friend of mine who was in the army. Okay, and it was wartime. Okay, they're in the field, it's in the wartime, and they had an absolutely a master, or whatever you call it, maybe chief is what you call it in like more of a military setting. So everybody hated this, obviously the boss, right? Everybody hated the boss. They were calling him names. He's annoying, he's mean, he's disrespectful, and all the names that you can think of in your mind, okay? One day, my friend was actually on duty and was literally on the field waiting for the enemy to pass by so he could obviously, you know, perform what every soldier does. But this master or the chief or the boss, whatever you want to call him, he comes over and he tells my friend, come inside, like come under the ground that they would always hide from the enemy, of course. He says, come inside. And my friend goes like, well, I still have a couple minutes on my shift. I don't want to come inside. He literally takes him down and he's like, no, it's my orders. You gotta follow me. So he goes down. As he's moving downstairs, he hears the enemy coming, obviously. So he literally starts to run towards upstairs where his guns and everything is so they can, you know, fight the enemy. And the master stops him, literally pulls him by his shirt and does not let him go upstairs. Once the enemy's gone, he goes upstairs to check the area to see what happened. And exactly the spot that he was standing at, that spot was literally blown up. If the master, if the boss himself did not help my friend down and did not warn him, hey, come downstairs or come hide, my friend would have been dead. Literally, he would not have survived today. He would not be alive today. So my point is, as I get shivers, my point is never ever hate on anybody, because you never know who could help you in what situation. I realize that also life is not worth hating on anybody either. Absolutely, life is just so precious, and you want to be very much aware of how you act with people, how you spread kindness, and how you also spread negativity. As humans, there might be times that we absolutely cannot handle another person. And that's okay. If you're seeing somebody's intentions and behavior does not match what you do or what you want in life, just leave that place and go somewhere else. Don't deal with it, don't worry about it, and don't try to change that person. There's 3 things that I've realized that smart people, really successful people, and people who are with money, that they never do. They never ever do these things, which gets them to be where they are today. Number 1, they never ever follow a crowd. And they don't follow a crowd of a massive decision that somebody makes. If they do, they question this person first. They question why this movement is happening, what is happening. For example, if one group decides to really hate on a person, which has happened to me as well in the dance world, they question why are we doing this? And if so, they almost stay behind from it as well. Number 2, they don't publicly yell, scream, or fight with anybody about anything unless it's absolutely necessary, unless somebody's like throwing hands on them, or unless it's absolutely necessary to defend themselves. But they don't. They stay calm. They don't really give what they're thinking about in their minds, and they absolutely just read the room, and they're calm about things, and they're usually the one who's always liked by everybody. Number 3, which I briefly mentioned this on number 2, is that they have boundaries. They don't just say yes to everything. If you ask them to go out, they will say, hey, let me check my schedule and get back to you. These are people who have boundaries. These are people who know their values. These people know how to communicate their boundaries with their partner. And also, anytime a boundary is about to be broken, they also communicate that with their partner first to make sure that it's okay. And then they go forward with it. Or they just simply say no. Really important to spread kindness in a smart way, and know your boundaries as a person, so we don't end up hurting each other, right? Yeah, that's where I'm going with this. So even if it's that one girl that everybody hates, you be the one who's gonna go talk to her and is gonna keep the peace no matter what this person makes decisions of. Then you can make choices of either becoming best friends with this girl, staying just regular friends, or absolutely just remove yourself from their sight or from their life, which is absolutely your choice. But spreading more of that negativity has never ever helped anybody in any situation, because it just makes you look like an immature who is absolutely out of your mind. It is really hard to have a community follow one thing, and when they do, it's usually the bad thing. Don't be that. Don't do it. Don't go, and just stay in your lane. Know your boundaries, write them down, and stay in your lane, because even the person that you might hate, that you might hear that everybody hates, might end up saving your life. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more videos like this, which are motivational and also behind the scenes of my dance life and my whole entire life in general. So yeah, see you in the next video.